Getting this mismatch against Baines here, LeBron doesn't want to attack the right side as it's considered the stronger side due to Al Horford being over there, and on the backside sits Jaylen Brown. So instead he pushes to the left, going to the middle of the floor right into Baines' body, and by using that contact to bounce off into this half spin, you can see this makes Baines open up, stepping back a little bit, making room for LeBron to knock down the short 8-foot turnaround. In this 2018 playoff series of the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Boston Celtics, LeBron just put on a masterclass performance, just showing what god-tier basketball looks like. Just controlling the game, having his way, James was converting tough buckets like this one as he pushes the fast break and powers through the Morris shoulder massage for the and one, to then making the defense collapse and diming a pass over the heads of everyone last minute to a wide open J.R. Smith for the assist. And when you flip sides of the ball, LeBron was imposing his will defensively, as on this Morris drive, James doesn't get off his feet prematurely, and instead he waits until Morris goes for the reverse and pins this off the glass to send it flying the other way. Averaging 33 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists, LeBron did all this on shooting splits of 52% from the field and 41% from 3-point range. The stats are ridiculous, and over the course of this series, Brown was just playing with the Celtics on a nightly basis, and as we look at a breakdown of his stats through all 7 games, you can see just how deadly LeBron was when he stepped on the floor. Talking about grown men amongst boys, I mean, this is truly what we were seeing. When you see these drives where LeBron avoids the screen crossing back to the left and then bulldozing Ojale out the way like a kid at recess time, it displays just how much strength James carries with him on these attacks. It can be as simple as a bully ball drive straight to the basket, but when LeBron notices Horford closing in on the left side, he lowers the shoulder into Tatum, sending him crashing into Horford, and then euros back the other way to convert the wide open layup. These decisions just show the IQ of LeBron as he takes out 2 defenders to open himself up on that layup. And on this fast break, LeBron knows by pushing to this left side, he has J.R. Smith sliding to the corner for a release option if needed, but just by using his strength and staying locked in, he bumps Baines out the way and plays through the contact when Smart flies in to sink the and one around 3 defenders. Seeing some of these contact plays makes you think they were out there playing football on the court, and I mean, hey, when you see LeBron catching this full court Hail Mary from Kevin Love, you can't tell me this isn't a Tom Brady to Gronk type of connection. The attacks to the rim for LeBron were meticulous and just simply on another level. His superb IQ was on display at all times, and on this play in particular, you can see James direct Nance to go screen for Korver, but trust me, this isn't just a normal screen action. He tells Nance to screen away so it will pull Horford further away from the basket with his back turned, so once this happened, LeBron passes it away to Korver and immediately darts to the rim and receives his passing route to go finish the slam. Now you can't sit here and tell me the recognition on that play wasn't simply amazing. It's rare that you see players this locked into the moment that they can make these reads happen in real time, especially in the heat of the moment. But hey, come on, it's LeBron James we're talking about, and his love for the game runs deep. When you would watch this series, you would see LeBron start to get really comfortable out there once he found his rhythm, so that's when these combos to the handle come out, and in my humble opinion, it's just disrespectful to have a big out there checking him, as he can just accelerate past him to go grab the easy 2 points. Putting Greg Monroe on the perimeter to guard LeBron is truly criminal, but nonetheless, LeBron takes advantage of this by feeding the hezzy before bursting out past him, and after taking the swat on the arm, LeBron adjusted midair using this reverse English off the glass for the and one. Stopping LeBron from getting to the paint was something that the Celtics just couldn't do, so they were constantly sending different looks at him while also playing very physical as well. So to combat that, James slid right into his mid-range shooting with a quickness. Since the defense was worried about his driving skills so much, it made the pull-ups in the mid-range flow a lot more smoothly. As you can see in this first hezzy stunt, the defender backs up biting the cell on the drive, and when LeBron attacks back middle, on this step back, Ojale falls back even further, allowing LeBron to fade away comfortably for the bucket. I'm not sure if this series made it clear or not, but James showcased that sticking any bigs on him was something that is not acceptable, because when he hits them with that smooth crossover that makes them stumble back, he flows right into this James Harden step back to get even more space to nail the very deep 2. It's one thing to score these buckets off the regular 2-dribble pull-up, but when LeBron was operating on that offensive end getting to that in-between area, this was just shot creation at its finest. Slicing through the legs off this momentum gathered dribble, LeBron notices Morris hunting him out running across the lane, so he stops on a dime while ripping back, and as you see, this makes the bowling pins crash into each other, making this look like a warm-up jumper against the trainers. The arsenal of moves LeBron had at this time in his career made him much scarier than he already was. Standing at 6'8", 250, when you see a guy like this creating room for these jumpers, it really looks video game-like. And trust me, there were plenty of shots that showed just how hot LeBron really was and that he was determined to not lose this series. Me, you, and everyone knows that LeBron is not known to be a really great shooter, But no one can lie, when LeBron gets in his zone, the jumper will start cooking the defense in a high fashion. Like, to describe it, LeBron is one of those players that you don't want to get hot because at this point his confidence is on a high and this is what he thrives off the most. You'll start seeing these absurd 3-point fades from him and I'll let you hear it.
James falling away, a three. Oh, it's good. LeBron
Combos where James is just all out playing with the defense before drilling it in their face. To then having these beautiful bombs from 3.
James drives, steps back, puts up a three. Bang! LeBron James.
And one more pull-up from
These
deep in the
playoffs.
same area to insert more damage.
Steps, tries it again, puts it in!
This series might as well have been called the LeBron Show. Furthermore than scoring, when you see these blocks that LeBron was serving out, it just has you in awe of the timing and the athleticism. This one right here was spectacular. As he picked up Jaylen Brown on the outside, LeBron turns as the pass was made, and with a nice pursuit angle, James attacks and times it perfectly, just rising up to send this shot into the stands and Rozier into a little dance. Being a dual threat like this makes opposing teams fear your presence more and more because not only will James impose his will on the offensive end, but he can also make an impact on the defensive side, making all 4 quarters feel like a brutal chess match. Even more, LeBron's ability to set up his teammates was just as amazing as the other two, as it made the defenders not be able to only focus on LeBron. If you let players cut in front of you, roll into space, or get behind you, James was throwing lobs, bouncing it right on the money, and was also diming up his guys with a sharpness. Watch as James gets into the paint here, he puts his eyes on J.R. Smith, making Jaylen Brown bite the bait as if it's really going there, and then he zips this pass over to Green in the corner for the wide open tray ball. This series was a nightmare for the Celtics, just demoralizing them on a nightly basis. LeBron showed them a difference between a young guy versus an experienced player, but not only that, he showed them what being one of the best basketball players to ever play the game is capable of. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like before going to watch this Anthony Edwards analysis. I thank you all for your support and I'll see you in the next video.